Hey, Zab. Yeah, we're trying to get this sound together. I don't know. They saying that it's people. I'm echoing. I don't know if it's Kashima's them phone or mine. We might need to go live on somebody because my phone sounds just fine with me. So I don't know what's going on, but we about to see. We about to wait for Kashima and them to get their stuff together so we can get them back up here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty fine now by myself. I think we're just waiting for. Um, yeah, I know I sound good with my phone. Okay, there they go. Let's see. Hey, cousin. Hey, Tiff. It's definitely y'all.
And it must be when we join together because I mean I don't know. I don't understand what's going on.
Hey, y'all. How do I sound now? I sound good now. It's when I get the deal.
It's not terrible on our end. I don't know how it sounds to the viewers, but it's better.
Can y'all
It's
hear
not
us?
echoing.
Yeah, they okay. I can hear y'all well. I hear myself echoing. Well, sometimes I do,
We need to put
sometimes I
some
don't.
headphones in. Somebody say it's
Am I
good
good
now.
now, y'all? I'm gonna see.
You need
Do
headphones.
y'all have earphones?
Slight echo. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it's better now. Cause I don't mind hearing myself echo. It's fine.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the people able to
Yeah,
hear.
that's what I'm worried about. Everybody keeps
So
talking
how
about
do
you
I
need
sound,
headphones.
y'all?
Somebody need headphones.
Let's see.
They're saying not as bad as last time. Okay. Pour me another glass of wine today.
You gave me the left.
You need to put it in your left ear.
Takima, how's it now?
Okay, I like that.
We're good?
Can
Okay,
y'all hear us?
Stephanie, I see you said it's good.
Is it better on
Yeah,
our
people
end?
say this. Yeah, we doing good, y'all. We doing.
Shima side crystal clear.
Okay.
Okay, we got
We
action.
got action.
Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, look, if it's echoing at this point, some people say it's good. Look, we about to get stuck.
They say you still echoing too.
They keep saying
Y'all see?
headphones is needed for the guests. So what is going on?
Okay.
Okay, we got
It's
Yeah, we
good.
got.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Well look, as long
yeah.
as y'all can hear me, then we
Somebody said
good.
great.
Okay. So damn, where was we at? We were doing good. Okay, yeah, you said
We
We
were
gotta
just.
start over, baby, because the last one was just. Did you delete
yeah, I
it?
deleted it.
Okay,
Okay, so
just start
what
over.
we were talking about, guys, before we had to come back and everything like that. We were talking about. I asked Kashima and Cassandra. I asked them about their experience being before they were openly gay, and people would consider that being a down low stage. I'm trying to make a point here, so but I want to give y'all our background first. So I asked Kashima. Kashima said she was welcomed with open arms, and Cassandra said that she had some slight experiences that made her realize something was changing in her body and she was having different feelings. And shortly after, she acted on it. So what I want to know, what I was asking before we disconnected, was about them having gay experiences as far as gay sex or gay relationships or anything like that before the public knew about it. Have you?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I mean, just to kind of clarify some things, and not trying to take sides on the situation that's been happening for like what 2 days. No, way, it just happened yesterday. That stuff that was circulating. Not trying to take sides or anything, but I can say this: I was kind of dibbling and dabbling before the public even knew,
Right.
and my cover up was having a
Right.
boyfriend.
Right. Right.
I'll be 32 years old in December, and I am still a virgin when it comes to men. I've never been with a
Mm-hmm.
man sexually. Um, I might have kissed, you know what I'm saying, did the little bitty blah blah, but a man has never. Dang on, Jaden. A man has never went
Right, got
downtown.
you.
Sorry, y'all, we got a kid here. But man has never went downtown, and I have never had intercourse with a male. So it was I might have been doing stuff with a female, but I always kept a boyfriend kind of as a cover. because I mean I just knew how society treated it. You know, especially back in what 2000 and
Oh,
2004. It wasn't even out like that
I
then.
even
So
had boyfriends that were okay with being my pretend
mm-hmm.
boyfriend for it to look like I'm portraying another image. Like, it was nothing back then for people to be like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Right. Like you said, pretend
It was a
boyfriend.
cover
You
up.
said
Like,
pretend boyfriend.
yeah,
Hmm.
like,
And
right.
she said that she never had intercourse with a man. So, okay.
Mm.
So my next question is this: have you had situations with women during your gay experiences coming, not coming out, but this is before the public knew, who have not yet met that threshold, who are not openly gay?
Well, me,
let you
let
go
me
first.
hold on, wait. I'm gonna just spill the beans right quick. That's how my mom ended up finding out about
Mm-hmm.
me. For the longest, I tried to deny because I mean I knew what it was, but I knew who my mama was at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. But my mama found out about me because a person that I was dating
Mm-hmm.
sent my mom pictures of us,
Okay.
or someone that was close to them, involved with them, sent my mom pictures, and it just felt, I don't know, like that was just a different feeling because I mean it's different for everybody
Right.
else to know, but I guess like when it got to my mama, it like hit different because it's like, dang,
Yeah.
like now I really don't care who know
Yeah.
because the main person that I
You
was
were
worried about,
exposed,
she know
basically.
now. Right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. I wasn't exposed like on social media or nothing like that, but I was exposed behind closed doors where it still hurt me because it was like, dang, it's out of my control now. Like I can't control who see, who don't see,
Okay, I see you, Gerard. You said it's
type
so much
thing.
easier for females. We about to get to that, Gerard. Just hold on. Okay.
So, but what is the
Hold
difference though
on.
But ho-
Hold
between
on. Hold on.
females and
Hold on.
males?
but
Okay.
hold on, and that's what I was about to say. I was gonna give you a little
Hold on.
something.
Hold on. I still have other questions because I'm gonna share, you know, my views and my opinions and my stories too. Um, why did you guys why was it uncomfortable for you guys coming out? Why wasn't it an easy thing to do?
Let me just say this. Just I mean I ain't gonna backpedal. I'm gonna answer that question, but let me backpedal just a little bit when it came to all of that, and this kind of sheds light on what's going on today and how different it is with men
Hmm.
versus women.
Okay.
I would never blast anybody. You'll never hear, you know what I'm saying? You'll never hear a whole lot of, whatever, because I'm not going to put that out there. But the question you just asked Shima, you know what I'm saying? When it was new, before we actually came, every female that I had dealt with from the age of like 16 all the way up until I went to
Hmm.
college, they were all straight. Their
Uh huh.
boyfriends would have never known that they were messing with females. Their parents would have never known that. I would never spill the beans on that. But trust me, they were straight, and that's something they wanted to try. I feel like it's a lot easier for females because they don't get the backlash and the scrutiny that a man would get. If it was a man that was doing it, I feel like it'd be a whole lot different. But it was a lot of females, and I'm from Grand County. I'm not from
Hmm.
Kingston. And I hate to say this, but the past is the past. My girlfriend knows my past, but it was a lot of
Right.
them.
Okay.
I mean,
We're not
just
judging.
coming out and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Mm-mm.
so, I mean, I don't know. It's a sticky situation. It's definitely a sticky situation. But back to your
Yeah.
question. I need you to say it one
My
more time
question,
because
yeah, because
I'm sipping a
I
little
think we
bit.
kind of
So,
got off
okay.
topic. But my question was, what was it uncomfortable for you to actually come out being an openly gay female? Was it, and if so, why? What was your biggest concern?
Only to my mom and my eyes. I felt like my closest friends and my sisters were real tight knit. They already kind of knew. They knew that was something that was gonna happen sooner or later. But to my mom, and it's because she was Christian. She was a diehard, and she still
Yeah.
is, by the Bible, by the book person. And she always told me it was an abomination.
Yes.
I would go to hell if I didn't follow certain rules of the Bible. Um, So that, I mean, that was just hurtful to me. And when she finally did find out, and it was because she swore she heard it from the streets, but my mom is not a street person. So that was a lie. It was just something she, you know. But when she finally did confront me, I lied about it a couple of times, but I finally confronted her, and we didn't talk for months, and that hurt me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if any, you know what I'm saying, if any hurt was behind it, it was because she found out and the way that she found out.
That was the same with me. Like, I honestly didn't care about nobody else knowing, because my thing was, who are y'all? Like, I mean, it is what it is, but it was just more so, my mama being in the church or whatever, and my mama being who she is. It was like, I don't want to damper her reputation trying to live my own truth and trying
Right.
to live my own life.
Right.
But I mean, at some point, I mean, you have to.
Mhm.
Like, it ain't no other way of hiding it. It's no, like, you can't hide
Mhm.
it. You can't run
Mhm.
from it. And that's why I ended up joining the military. I trying to run from
Mhm.
mine. Like, that's why I went active duty. I tried to run from
Mhm.
mine. But when you start realizing who you really are, like, when you go, thousands of miles away, and you still attracted to the same thing, you realize, okay, it ain't just like something I could brush off. Like, this is something real, something I need to deal with, type thing. So it was just more so my mom. I ain't care about nobody else. Everybody else in Kinston High School, they knew what was going
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
Honestly,
we
like,
we were childhood friends. I
right, like, everybody knew
we
what
have
was
had
going
some
on.
spat ourselves actually. So
Right. From middle school
yeah.
to high school, like, it was like, okay.
Okay. Well, I can speak
So,
about mine. Um, like I said, just as y'all, I've had those same feelings that Cassandra was saying. I knew that I was different. It never was a time where I felt straight. From a child, from being in kindergarten, before I knew anything about, uh, sex or anything like that, I just knew that I was different. And so as I gotten older, I guess it started pouring out of me because, as Kashima said, you can't run away from, you can't hide. I don't care what I put on or anything. It was just out there. I exuded it that I was different. And I had a
right.
type of mother, which she was, of course, any mother wouldn't want, they're gonna raise their son to be a son. She had
Right.
expectations for me, and she wanted me to be certain things, and of course I try to fit into the norms because I felt that I was different, and when other people noticed it, they would speak on it. Before I was having sex,
Right.
before I was in a relationship, before anything, I was always that little gay boy, or you act like a girl, or
Mhm.
he's cute, but he's, he's kind of a little funny. You know what I'm saying? It was always that way.
Mhm.
And so I got a little older, and of course you go through puberty because I was very young when I came out. And you go through puberty, and I started having an attraction for guys. And I started, I guess it kind of showed a little bit because your mom, she always knows, like they say, she always knows. So it
Right.
started showing,
Right.
um, not to toot my own horn, but I was very, liked by the women. A lot of the girls liked me, wanted to go with me. A lot of boys wanted to be with me or hang with me or be me, actually. They always, to this day, some of them don't understand how I could be this when I was this. Like, you had it all. That's what they always say. Like, you had it all. But at some point in time, I was DL because I was scared to come out because of if I stepped outside the lines, it was, you know, don't do that.
Right.
That's bad. You're gay. Don't do
Right.
that. Not in this house. Don't.
It's an
Yeah, it's an
abomination, or you going to
abomination. You're going
hell,
to hell.
or
Don't do
right.
that. That's wrong. It was so it's like, oh wow, I haven't even really stepped off the porch yet, but as soon as I stepped out of the line, I was already, no, don't do that. That
Right.
is wrong.
Right.
Don't play with a Barbie. That was wrong. So
Mhm.
that so that takes a man. Then we start becoming like, okay, well, damn, let me try to fit into the norms of what society wants me to be. Let me try to uh, date girls.
Be what my mom wants
Yeah,
me to
my
be,
mom. Yeah,
or
let me be a jock, or let me,
right.
kind of be tough and want to box or play football and things like that.
Right.
And especially in the black community. And I have an excerpt here from the New York Times. It says, today, while we are black men who are openly gay, it seems that majority of those having sex with men still lead secret lives, products of a black culture that deems masculinity and fatherhood as a black. primary responsibility, and homosexuality as a white man's perversion. So in the black community, a lot of them see black men as, you're raised to be strong, you're raised to be fathers, you're raised to be leaders, and things of that nature. Okay.
I still don't see the problem with being all of that and still being true to who you are as a gay man. You could still be a father, a strong man in
Mhm.
the community. Like, you could still be all of that and still be a gay man. I just feel like everyone puts their own expectations on what people should
Mhm.
be, on what people should be doing. Like, that's just social media, period. Like, I just seen a post earlier, if I don't get waxed, then I need to grow up. But what if it's not my
Right.
preference to get waxed? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's just using, like, if I don't go and spend $1,000 on the outfit, my outfit ain't cute. When I can go right to fashion, I mean, it's Fashion
Right.
Metro and get me some cute for $10 off the rack. Like, I just feel like it's the expectations we put on each other. Like, it's nothing wrong with being all of that and still being who you are.
And I hate, I'm not trying to, divert or nothing
Mhm.
like that, but that's just, it's all psychological. Even going back to what you just said, Reese, when you were younger, before you even became an
Mhm.
adolescent, people was calling you
Mhm.
that
Right? They had already put that
before
on
you
you.
even really knew for sure. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might have had those feelings, but you might not have known for sure. But it became psychological, just like what other races have done to black people all our lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We start to believe that stuff. So, I mean, I feel like that has a whole lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Just to piggyback off what y'all was just
Right.
saying, they do tell the black man, he have to be strong. You can't be
Mhm.
soft. You know what I'm saying? You can't cry, whatever, whatever. That messes with a lot of men who's dealing with mental
Mhm.
issues. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes, excuse me, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, coming out, that's gonna stop a lot of
Uh
people
huh.
because they feel like they have to be somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody for the world to accept. And that ain't
Exactly.
right.
That's why it's so hard for the world now, because they don't know how to handle it. Like, the world is trying to normalize it. Like, and I'm gonna speak on it because it was a topic also today on
Mhm.
Facebook. Like, the TV shows that's coming out that has gay characters and people
The
that's in gay
Shy,
relations.
Power.
It's TV. I'm sorry.
Woo.
I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you
please.
get there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
we just gotta
Yeah.
relax.
But just to let the
We just
people
gotta
know,
relax.
thugs can be gay. I've seen some of the hardest men in my life, and they were gay men, and they'll knock you out, women or men.
Right.
So that soft stuff, yeah, that's a
So
dub.
I want to speak. Okay, now, which brings me to the video now. Okay, so the video was surfaced, and everybody
Hmm.
have, everybody started going crazy. There were jokes.
Their own
Yeah,
expectations of that
yeah.
man.
Everybody started having jokes. Everybody was bashing, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't, act out their emotions. Some people have. He
Right.
was involved with women in the community. So
Right.
people are
Right.
going to have
Right.
things to say. But my thing is this: I feel like he was robbed of a chance to even express,
Come out.
exactly, even express how he feels. Like I told him, we all watched that video. That's the first time we ever seen him engaged in any homosexual activity. So we're
Hmm.
quick to saying, "Oh, you should have done this." Oh, the whole time you get, we don't know.
It was the first time for us, but it doesn't mean not trying to put his
Yeah,
business out there or make any assumptions. But it doesn't mean it was the first time for him or anybody else that was in that video.
yeah, it
Like,
doesn't,
it's
it
just
doesn't, but it's still at the same time, I feel like this. In the video, I saw him having sex with a girl. The first, it was two videos.
mhm.
Actually, I saw every video.
It was a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
videos. Let's
yeah,
just
yeah,
say
yeah.
that because it was
Actually,
more
I
than
saw every
two.
video. But the
It was a
two
lot.
ones that everybody speak on is the one when the girl was straddling over his face and the guy had, given him fellatio, and when she looked back, he jumped up, started folding clothes. Okay, wow, that did happen. It happened. My thing is this: people don't know the whole situation about that little scenario. You know,
Don't none of us
yeah.
know what transpired to what was
We
going
don't
on.
know. We do not know. And my thing is this: it was exposed. This is not something that he wanted to share. He could have just for his first time even engaged to that activity or minded his business, and he probably was gonna struggle with that until he got himself together to come
Right.
out.
Right.
So I
Right.
feel like he was
Right.
robbed of the opportunity to do it. It was so bash, 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 and saying,
Right.
"Oh,
And he's still being robbed. He tried to justify himself all day yesterday when I just feel like it wasn't even no need for a justification.
It
Like,
wasn't, but it also brought me back to a lot of the reasons why guys continue to be DL is because they know. Let me tell you something. Me,
what
I
happened
dealt
yesterday?
with DL guys all my life. Okay. And
Mm,
you know, I feel like we can play a part as openly gay people. We can play a part into that too by even allowing to continue like dealing with those people. My thing is this: he's not if the guy's not married, he's not committed to nobody legally,
mm,
and I chose to be with him. Then that's my business. I'm not going to sit here and represent a whole community of women that I don't have no dealings with. I'm a gay man
right,
enjoying my life. So
right,
I feel like we're me as a gay man, I'm not responsible for stopping him from coming to me and expressing his feelings. Half the time, a lot of the DL guys they come to us as therapists. A lot
right,
of times they come to us and sit us down and tell me, I want to do this, but my parents are going to feel this way, or my boys are going to feel this way, or my whole life is going to change. I really want to continue being the same man, but I just so happen to love another one. But it's so
mm,
hard for the community, and I'm gonna say this, especially black women. But it's because black women are a lot of times fall victim of being with these guys.
mm,
But
right,
it
right,
brings me
right,
back to the point of okay, when you choose to be with somebody or lay with somebody, we'll never know everything about a person. Okay, we'll
right.
never know everything about them. Take precautions. Sometimes you're dealing with somebody who's fighting demons when you met him. He may not even knew how gay he was until just recently. I'm just saying we grew up thinking like, okay, I felt this way, I felt different, but not everybody is like that. And some people, you know what? Some people.
Because honestly, I didn't feel different coming up. Like, I when I came, I like boys.
Hmm.
Like, I like boys or whatever. That wasn't something that was a problem for me, but it was just something else that it's something else I'm just into. That's my preference. Like, I don't feel like I should be bashed because my preference changed as I got older and as I grew into myself. Like,
Exactly. So
it don't start from day one for everybody. It's
exactly.
not something that everybody feel
That was
like.
one
We
thing.
evolve
Some gay
every
men
day,
only deal
Right.
not
with DL
just
dudes. Okay, I understand that. We're gonna touch that topic too. As far as I feel like gay men, it's not our responsibility to babysit no DL guy. When he's here with you, y'all in a relationship together. As far as the public and everybody knowing, that's perks for a relationship. That
That's the same for a
yeah,
heterosexual
because a lot of
relationship.
people, a
It's
lot of
not
heteros mess with each
right.
other, not nobody know either. So it's
Exactly.
not even
Like,
about that.
it's no different to
Exactly.
me.
So what I'm saying is, when it comes to the time when you finding out about a person who's yet, so that's just like your ex boyfriend saying, "How dare you, Kashima? Like, wow, this whole time you've been lusting for women and you done missed me. You never told me." Like that's like them saying that. How dare you be with Cassandra now? We were supposed to get married. Things change,
But the whole time they knew they were my pretend
right?
boyfriend though.
But I
That
mean,
and so because sometimes people give off signals too, like whether people realize it, try to ignore it, or whatever the case may be. Like people give off signals sometimes too that their life is changing, like that they're interested in something else. Some of this stuff it does not happen overnight.
exactly,
Like people just try to ignore it because they don't want to accept it or because they don't want to tolerate it or because oh that's my nigga or that's my girl or whatever the case may be. Like they try to ignore or push it to the side, but and that's another thing that make it hard for people to come out because
exactly.
other people already have expectations of me and of who I should be as a person. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just sit over here and let everybody keep assuming what they want to assume while, I do my stuff, while I do my dirt.
we evolve every day though. I
Exactly.
mean, it
If
doesn't even have to
if
have
you ain't
anything, not just
something wrong.
sexually, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. A person change every 3 to 5
Hmm.
years. So the person that we were at 15, we not that same person at 18. We not that same person at 21.
Exactly.
So you may not find yourself until you get a certain age or after you've been with a certain amount of people.
Exactly.
But Everybody's different.
Exactly. And I definitely agree. I mean, I just feel like what really rubbed me the wrong way is that I saw how everybody was so much coming at him. Like, let's not forget that that was his private business that he had going on over there. It was exposed.
He entrusted
Yes.
somebody with
Yes. And
that.
so everybody quit to say, "Oh my God, y'all worry about it." Was still his personal. It was his personal business. We don't know if he was planning on telling anybody or that was his first time ever. I mean, because he was focused.
But honestly, people probably knew though. People probably knew, but that just wasn't nobody business.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody business to be going around telling the whole Kinston what he had going on.
And my thing is, and this is just to give it,
Somebody curious
straightforward.
as hell about whatever,
Just
just honest about people feelings getting caught up in this. Okay, because now we're gonna have
But how do you be honest when people are so quick to throw judgment or how they feel a person should be? Like, how do you be honest with something like that?
exactly, especially when I mean he was robbed of the chance to even express himself. My thing is this: now we're gonna have to speak for the women. I don't want to roll my eyes with it because I do care about it. We got to speak for the women who like, well, I was sleeping with him, or I was that was my boyfriend, or the father of my child, and stuff like that. Okay, and that's another thing.
I can't speak
He
on that
he
because,
he still is going to
yeah.
be. I'm just speaking because a lot of women come to me and say, "Oh, Reese, well, you act like you don't care about the fact that he was dealing with me and didn't let me know about. He didn't let me know about he had these feelings, or he didn't let me know that he was having these thoughts. He was playing dangerous games with me. You know, anything could have happened. Anything. I mean, he could have gave me something, or uh, I should have had the choice to know. Which I feel like you do need to have the choice to mess with him if he's having these feelings. But what I'm saying is we don't know if that's how he always felt. We don't know if that had just happened.
What if he just started
Right?
feeling
He
like
was
that? Like, what
in
if
the
that was
video. He
just
was
something
having sex
that,
with a girl. That was his main
yeah,
focus.
he was.
And the second video, who they thought was a man, was a girl. I watched every video. I've seen these videos last week. Okay,
Last
yeah,
week.
because this is a Twitter that's
Dang.
been going on. So
this new to
I
us,
heard,
yeah,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
it's
Twitter
new
yeah.
to
that's
us,
been going
yeah.
on. So I watched these last week. That is a girl. It's two videos actually. That was a girl. The second video that you guys didn't see that they didn't show was the gay dude was giving.
On his
Yeah,
stomach.
and he was no the one. No,
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
no, no. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I know
That
what
was
you're talking about.
we
Sorry.
think that was a boy. That was a girl because another video is shown of um Juby, the guy, giving her Kaningalis. He was eating her, and she was
You ain't gotta go
yeah.
that deep,
I'm
babe. You
glad
ain't
you
gotta
know
go that
these
deep. You
words,
ain't
yeah,
gotta go
because
that
I'm about to
deep.
just say the real deal, y'all. I'm sorry for all the older people
You
watching.
ain't gotta go that
Excuse
deep.
my language, but I don't know all the fancy terms.
Don't say nothing crazy.
Okay, well, yeah.
Just
So,
go.
so what I'm saying, it was. And so it seemed like to me, from my viewpoint, that was a straight man in there. He just so happened the
Mm.
guy wanted to do a little something. So he like, here, man, damn, you know what I'm saying? I really wasn't supposed. I really
It
feel
looked
like
like
this
it.
was
That's
bad.
what it looked like. It was like, damn, you getting on my nerves.
Yeah, here,
Yeah.
man, damn, clean it up, clean it up.
Yeah, I'm
That's how it
crazy.
looked to me. That didn't look like no DL guy in there to
He
me.
said, clean it up.
So
Okay.
because trust me, I know what they are. And
Right, right.
so yeah, and so I felt like, and then another thing I felt about that situation is how everybody want to say, oh, oh my God, and it was so raw. Go run and get tested because a gay man was involved. That rubbed me the wrong way. And you know why? Because we all should have protected safe sex anyway. Don't trust the
Yeah,
person.
first of all of us need to be getting
Yes,
tested.
anyway, because you know how many straight couples you have STDs. You know how many people pop up.
And we need to go vote. Make sure y'all go
Yes,
vote.
definitely.
But go
While we
ahead.
at it, while we got so many people here, because he won't honest with the whole Kingston. I don't see how they're trying to say he won't being honest. Cause yeah, he was exposed. He was exposed. Gun. He was.
I mean, if that's the case, I wasn't being honest neither because I didn't really 100% come out until I was
That's my whole
exposed.
point.
Like,
That's our whole thing.
I just felt like it wasn't nobody's business what I had going on. Like, I feel like, and it's still nobody's business. I feel like me and my girlfriend, if we go out in public, it ain't y'all business what, like, we don't have to express that to y'all for y'all to know we got love for each other. Like, it's nobody's business what people do, and that's just that. Like, that's just
And
that.
that's just that on that.
That's
I
just
feel
that.
like the whole situation was dragged because of just who the guy is, for one. Just 2 weeks ago, there was a whole other situation about other guys. It was over after 2 days, but it just was bad
Mhm.
about who it was.
This gonna be over when somebody else's business come out.
That's
So
that's
we
how it
just waiting
works.
on the
Yeah.
next bomb to drop. Like blue. That's it.
But what the public have to realize, and what I understand, cause I'm a person that try to look at both
Mm-hmm.
viewpoints. I do understand, like, no matter what a person got going on, it don't even have to be a situation like this. I feel like it's, let me know
Mm-hmm.
if you feel like I'm not satisfying you. You feel like you want to start stepping out. Let me know. It doesn't matter if you're doing it with a man. It don't matter if you stepping out with a woman. I just let me know where you feel like I'm lacking
Right,
or where you're not satisfied, so I can, you know what I'm saying. If we really together like that, try to do my best. You know what I'm saying, to change that.
right.
But I feel like the same stuff that people saying, oh, you can bring this back from a man. Oh, it's 2020, baby. You can get that from a woman.
Nobody business but
You
the
can get
person you
that
sleep
from.
with should have the option to know.
Okay.
Exactly. And you know what? Let me
Exactly.
tell you something. Another
Exactly.
thing, it was three people in the room, and we may have seen it as being him sneaking and doing it or whatever, but it was a girl there. And no telling what they were under the influence of. She probably was okay and down with the flow too. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
don't
them
know.
young kids and them
And as
pills.
far as we know, I don't believe him being in a relationship with anybody, but that is his business. But my thing is, I just felt like
I just feel like we all done did some crazy stuff
we
in our
all
lives,
have.
whether
We
it
just
was
want
threesomes,
exposed. We just want
foursomes,
exposed.
right? Like y'all done lit some boots. Y'all
Yeah.
done like, yeah, we done all did it. Like our mamas, grandparents, we done all did
They
it,
don't
bro.
fight me
And
like they
who's
were
to
having a
say?
field
I
day.
mean,
Yeah, they were having a field day off somebody being exposed. I feel like everybody just jumped on the hype about somebody being exposed. He did a little freaky shit. Because let me tell you something. Nowadays, a lot of
He
girls,
ain't the only
a lot of
one.
straight women are starting to come clean about how that is actually a turn on to them now. Yes.
Yes, cause Gabrielle Union started that
Yeah.
trend, baby.
hold
When
on,
she
hold on, hold on,
told the
hold on.
world she was licking her man
Y'all
butt.
lost me. What's the turn
That
on? But I'm confused. No, seriously, I'm confused.
like, you know,
Feel free to ask me
playing
the
with men
question
like
too.
that.
Um, the viewers.
Oh,
And another thing, okay, we do got to move
whew,
on
I
to the
came
topic.
out at the right time,
We
long
do
time
got to
ago.
move on to the topic of the television shows, okay? Because
Okay,
Kashima,
yes,
Okay.
I did
please.
see you and Media having a conversation earlier today, where
I had a conversation with him and about two or three other
yes,
guys. Yeah.
and it was regarding
It's gonna get steamy.
um gay representation on TV. As y'all know, Power and even but down to Arthur, the kids show Arthur, even though I think I would say Timmy Turner, even Mary, our parents had a gay scene. A lot of television
What?
are starting to represent, showing that there are gay couples. There's Mr. Ratburn had a husband
It been in there. It just ain't been as
as late
Exposed.
blatant.
because now we have
Right.
Saucy Santana shaking his butt on BT. You know what I'm saying? So
Who?
Saucy Santana, you don't know about him?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we
Mm-mm.
got him. But my thing is this: I saw that you and me were having a discussion saying that y'all you don't feel like I saw Meaty definitely saying that he don't see the need for it in the show. And
Mm-hmm.
you have agreed, you was like, well, I don't, I really don't see the need for it either. So I feel some type of way
Mm-hmm.
about that because I feel like this. A lot of the reasons why it's hard for a lot of us to come out is because us
Because
as
it's
kids
not
is
in there.
not represented. We don't see it on TV. We
Right.
don't see it. But you might can go home and have a gay uncle, a gay cousin,
Right. Right. Right.
and so I feel like now because we live in a better time that
Mm-hmm.
if you
It's more
The
presentable.
word, the word
if
is
the world is
changing.
changing, if
Yeah,
the
it's
kids can
changing.
see now, they won't look at me weird like, why is he acting like that? Or why he have a boyfriend? Because it's norm.
I just honestly
That
don't feel like no kids
she be watching
should
certain
see
stuff
any
anyways.
of that. I feel like that's their parents' job to elaborate or be honest with them about parents can't just talk about birds and the bees no more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those conversations, like you got to talk about the birds and the bees, and the boys and the boys and the girls and
Mm-hmm.
the girls. Like you got to talk about like police brutality.
Yeah,
Like you got to
yeah.
talk about
At this
everything.
time,
You
yeah.
have to talk about everything. But I personally feel like it's a time and a place for
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yes, blatantly. Now, them shows, Empire and stuff like that, us as grown people, we can watch
Right.
that because
And
me as a
shouldn't feel
grown
uncomfortable
woman,
about it.
I can control myself. You know, I can control
Right.
myself, period, point blank, as a grown
Right.
woman. But my child or a child shouldn't be watching them shows, period, point blank. Like, I feel like
But
if
hold on.
that's a problem with YouTube
Yeah,
and
TikTok.
everything else these days. Like, parents don't, and I don't have
Right.
kids, but I know what I will do with my kids, and I just feel like parents aren't aware enough of what their kids are watching or what they are doing, or like, granted, you can't hide it from the
Right.
kids. You can't
Exactly.
you can't hide it because it's
But you
out
can
there.
raise them a certain way.
But that's the conversation you need to have with your child. Like, that's it.
Exactly. I feel the same way, Tara. This is how I feel. Because not only is it on power, but it's also
It's on all the
it's
shows.
I've
It's on
seen it on a
cartoons. It's on
cartoon. Mr.
everything.
Redburn did not do anything but marry his husband. And they want to let people know, kids early now, because kids will look at a gay person like you are crazy, especially if you resemble
Is you a
the
boy or
opposite
girl?
sex. If you resemble
Hate
the
that
opposite sex,
question.
do you know how many studs or film guys like me, they a child will sit there like,
Staring, yes.
because they never
Yes,
see
they
Like,
or
do.
see you two a
yes.
beautiful couple, but they're like, oh, I saw Aunt Shima kissing Aunt Sandra. They're gonna see.
But see, that's the thing. Like, we wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that in front of a
Right.
child. Like, even if we decided to have a child together, it's just certain stuff my child is not going to see me do. I'm not going to force my child. I'm not going to force my sexuality on my
Exactly.
child, or like raise them up to be. I'm going to raise my. I'm going to teach my child right from
Right.
wrong. And I mean, that's just it. Like, I just feel like
And I mean, I
I
grew
don't
up. I
know.
have very like my parents are older. My siblings are the age of some of y'all's parents, so I won't even do certain stuff in front of older people. Like when we go
right.
out to grocery stores and stuff like that, we may hold hands or something like
Mhm.
that. But all the extra stuff, I mean, it's just a respect thing for me, anyways.
Right.
And that ain't just for homosexuals. That's for
Yeah,
heterosexuals
that's for
too.
Exactly.
Like,
heteros
Whether
too.
I was with a man,
husbands and wives, y'all ain't gotta be tongue kissing each other out in
Yeah,
public. Like, it's a
PDA
time
and
and
stuff
place
like
for
that. I
everything.
get that. I get
Right.
that. It's just that I felt like what the masses are trying to do now, and what entertainment is trying to do, is trying to go ahead and put it into the kids. Not saying that making them gay, it's just showing them that these are things of the
the
world.
word is different.
Right.
The
Because
word
their
is
parents
different.
should
Yeah.
teach them that they have that choice.
Right.
Like,
This doesn't mean I
Because
this is
want
we
a
you to
part
be
of the
this
also
way.
we also
Yeah.
world.
watched Set It Off with five women robbing the bank and dying, but we didn't
Right,
go and do that either.
exactly.
We
Right,
also watched.
exactly. We also listen to music where people talking about shooting up stuff and everything else, but I mean,
Yeah, we also
Well, no,
to
watched
teach, like,
Helga bully Hey Arnold, but we didn't go and beat up the boys we like. You know,
right, right,
so
and we love menace to society and boys in the hood, but ain't none of these parents teaching their kids not to be gangbangers.
exactly.
And I hate the status that was going around when people say I'd rather my child be a gangbanger or in and out of jail than be gay. Like that's the most
Yeah, it's
ignorant thing I think a
ignorant.
person could say. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't have children, so I know I might get a little backlash, but that's just my opinion. You would rather people going out here hating and killing people than to be in love, but it ain't the person you want them to be in love with. Like,
Right.
that's
and
And
I,
that
weird to
matter
me.
to
That's
you
weird.
so much that who I choose to be in love with, or the sex that I choose to be in love with, or be attracted to, I just feel like that is mind blowing, because whether I'm with a woman or a man, you're not gonna be all up in my relationship, mom. So it's like,
right,
so that's why I feel like it's kind of crazy to me. And like I said, I wasn't raised to be liking men either. I had a
right.
stepdad and a mom. My mom was definitely like a tough one. So she would have never thought, it was up to her, I would be in the NBA or
Consider
something.
same
But
Six
sex
one.
things
marriage.
happen
How would
different. Okay,
you
so you keep
explain
asking
it
questions.
to
Kids
your
should have a chance to
child?
kids and
Uh,
choose based
You're
on their feelings.
living.
and can we do Heather next? If you after that question you
What
just
Heather
read.
say?
She said,
As
as
gay
gay people, do
people,
you consider same sex wrong, and how would you explain that to your child? When you're
when
living.
living with
Okay,
siblings.
y'all want to answer first?
I could honestly say, hold on, let me look back at it to make sure I hit all the
See
points.
more.
Do I consider, ugh, do I consider same sex wrong? I wouldn't say I consider it wrong because I feel like God is not gonna punish me for loving people. In his word, he says to love on your people. He might not meant in the way that I'm loving them, but either way I'm loving them. I'm not out here hating people. I'm not out here killing people. I'm not a racist. I'm not taking from people. So at the end of the day, if he really judges by our hearts and not the sins we commit,
Mhm.
I don't feel like I'm banished to hell.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just me. That's how I interpreted the Bible. That's not the way I was taught, because I was
Right.
taught that if I like the same sex, that I'm an
Uh huh.
abomination. I'm going to hell. At the same time, me being a lesbian, just gonna catch a lot of y'all by surprise. I do
We
not believe in same
same
sex
sex
marriage.
marriage. Y'all
I'm
took
not gonna get
this and
married.
ran with it. We are not getting
Exclusive.
That's
married.
a promise ring, y'all. Yeah, I don't. I'm
Exclusive.
sorry.
Yeah.
I don't believe in standing to a altar. And this is just my Christianity mixed with my sexuality.
Both of
I love my
ours.
sexuality, and I never deny that. But I love the
My
Lord.
God, more.
I love him. I love him a lot, and I don't
Oh
want to put
my
nobody
God.
above him.
So
And I just don't see myself standing at an altar
I feel like I
reciting
can
his
love my
vows.
girlfriend
And
without me
yeah,
having to
I
to
don't
go
need
before
be
God and
committed
marry
to
yeah,
her.
her on paper. Right.
right.
Like it's already enough.
It's a slap in the face. In my That's
Yeah,
just
to
my opinion.
him.
I feel like he already is something that I was taught, and this could be psychological. It's something I was taught that wasn't right in God's
Hmm.
eyes. So why would I stand above him? You know what I'm saying? And oh please, please, make it okay for me to marry. It's I feel like it's enough me
And
being with
then
her, and
as
I've been with her
our
forever.
family and like our parents and
Yeah,
stuff,
it's a lot.
who we already know struggle with it to get up
Yeah.
there and come to the wedding. Because when you invite people to the wedding, the people you're inviting are there to agree
Agree.
on the
Hmm.
union that's being taken
Hmm.
place. I wouldn't dare put my mom or anybody else in that situation where they feel like they had to choose between their kids and
Oh, so
God. Like
Yeah,
that's
Crystal said
just
that's
something
not an
that
unpopular
we,
belief. This is mind blowing for me.
yes, like we just don't.
yeah. And I mean, I'm not knocking anybody. By the
Yeah,
way,
because
I'm coming
yeah,
to all y'all
like
Yeah.
weddings, so don't
right,
say that
right.
about me.
I'm
Invite
getting
us,
I'll
there.
but
come.
I'm getting there.
But yeah, that's what I'm
period.
saying. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
invite us because we gonna be
Yes.
there.
even as a little girl though, I dreamed of basketball kicks and becoming an NBA star, a WNBA star. I never thought about marriage anyways with a man. So me, backpedaling and thinking I'm gonna do it with a woman, it was never a thought with a man. I really don't care about
Me
marriage.
neither,
I feel
honestly.
like if I got that union with the person I'm in love with, that paperwork and that standing before God, God already know my heart. He already know I love him.
Yeah.
So that's like marriage in my eyes. I just pray every night. If it is a sin, forgive
That's
me.
still not
But
explaining how you make it make sense to a child or having a solid. She said it's still not making sense to a child having a solid it wrong or right. But I get what y'all saying. I don't
I just
that's a
believe
feel
it's
like
wrong.
conversation.
when the child is old enough to
Right,
understand the difference between right and wrong, they
right.
can make that decision on their
Hmm.
own whether it's right and wrong. I can't force it on my child. I mean,
That's a
I
conversation I
yeah.
wouldn't I wouldn't
I
have with
mean,
a
it's
child.
to
Like
each his
This
own,
man about
honestly.
to
once
I
get
can't,
they
into.
yeah.
Oh my
They don't
God!
have
So
to
a
be
lot of
a
people is
certain
feeling the same
age.
way about the same sex. I'm mind blowing. I'm marrying my man.
About the
Y'all better get
marriage.
in my wedding.
I'm
Get in my
marrying
wedding
that
dress.
ain't
I'm
my
my
cup
there.
of tea, y'all. I
Y'all,
ain't with that
y'all
marriage
better do
thing
it for
now.
Heather. Okay. So for Heather, how I feel, Heather, my best friend. This is how I
yes.
feel.
Sorry, y'all.
No, I don't believe it's wrong. I don't. I don't believe it's wrong. And
Dive
I
into it for
I
Heather.
Yeah.
I was taught to think that it was wrong because of what my mama believed in. You know what I'm saying? My mom was, she had high expectations for me. She wanted me to be, I'm
Eyes
sure she
open.
didn't think that her son was gonna end up being a gay guy. She loved me, she accepts me, but she wanted me to be a boy, a regular straight guy.
Right.
Okay, so certain things that I did that she may didn't like or try to like steer me in a different direction to say, okay, well, this is not what boys do, or boys don't do this, or boys don't like boys. So I was made to feel like it was wrong. If I grew up today in how society
Shoot
is,
it until
I
the
would never believe that it's wrong. I
yeah.
love who I love, and you don't have to accept it, but respect it. You know, that's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Just like you don't have to teach your kids to go around here and just be like, oh my God, you're gay. Like, oh my God, I love you.
Exactly.
Like, but it's just a thing of when they see, you know, people together, just teach them how to respect, that everybody isn't the same. Like, you don't even have to explain it that, oh, that boy like boys, oh, that girl like girls.
Right.
Like, I feel like when they're old enough to grasp that
Mhm.
concept, like, then you could sit down and explain to them and draw it out and write it out. Like, but until then, like, yeah, I feel like you can shield them. Like, I mean, if that's what you choose to do as their parent, but
Heather, this is my thing.
mm,
To kind of piggyback off of what they were saying, if your child is old enough and they're ready for that birds and bees conversation, to me, that's when they're ready for that conversation as well.
police
Obviously, they're gonna
brutality, everything.
obviously they're gonna grow up all their lives. You know what I'm saying? Seeing us, until they get a certain age, they're gonna see two women sleeping in the same bed in the same
Yeah,
room or
they're
whatever,
gonna
whatever.
see it.
I feel like, yeah, I don't have to explain that yet until I know that they're, ready for that conversation. It may not even be adolescent. It could be fourth grade,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But
Cause
I'm gonna
kids
go
are
ahead
learning fast
yeah,
and
these
have
yeah.
days.
that conversation. But that's the same conversation I feel like heterosexuals need to go ahead and have. Not just as far as the gay part, but the sex part, period. Like, not talking about my family particularly, but I grew up around a lot of hypersexual people.
Mhm,
So sex was something that I felt like I had to
mhm.
have. If I go in the 8th grade and I ain't had no sex yet, I'm
I'm
gonna
about
get
to
a
feel
punk.
lame because
Yeah,
everybody
I'm
else
gonna
done had
Yeah.
sex.
so it's the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the same. And I tried. I ain't gonna lie. I go ahead and tell the public, no, I have never had sex with a man once again. But I tried at a very
I
young
had
age.
one
I
bad
tried
experience too.
at 13, 14 years old. That was very young. But I
I
wasn't ready,
had
y'all. I
mine.
saw that thing and I looked like Sanaa Lathan in Love and Basketball. I was flabbergasted. I wasn't ready for all
Girl,
that type of
look,
stuff
when
at a
you
young
said
age.
something about it
So,
earlier, you was like, I never had. I was like, well, can I say the same thing?
What is
But
the
I had
right
one bad
way?
experience too, and I'm talking about it was in and out. It was good.
Y'all, honestly, too, what's her name?
what is the right way?
Heather, baby, I really honestly don't feel it's the right way. I feel like whenever you feel like the time is right to have that conversation, then it just when you talk about the birds and the bees, you might as well just go ahead and talk about
Yeah.
everything.
And I would just
Like,
explain. I wouldn't go
just
into major
unfold it
detail,
all.
but
Like,
I would
yeah,
explain
yeah.
how I met the woman that I'm in love with and that I'm with. I would explain how we
Okay.
met. I would remind them that technically the Bible says it's not
Hmm.
right. This is how I was
If you're
raised. I'm gonna teach
Christian,
you
if you're
what
Christian,
right. If you're
Right,
Christian,
right,
I'm
right.
gonna teach you the ways my mama
yeah.
taught me, and I'm gonna also let you know how I feel about
Mm.
that. I'm not gonna push that gay stuff on her. I still believe if I have a little girl, she gonna be the most
What?
Yeah.
prettiest little girl. I
So
don't want her to
that
be a
so
stud.
that brings me to my
But if she
next question
decide to
for
be,
y'all.
it's fine.
Do
Yeah.
y'all want to have kids together?
Yes, but I don't believe in artificial insemination.
Okay.
I do not. I don't want to do anything that's science based. If anything, the closest thing we've talked about it. The closest thing we'll get to science based is a sperm donor.
Okay.
And that's still kind of like, we still praying about it because you don't know if you're gonna get like
Yeah.
serial killer
Yeah. Yeah.
sperm
Yeah. I
or
know how that
I mean,
go.
you
I
never
know how
know.
that
You
go.
know what I'm saying? But it's something
No,
we
I
talk
was
about.
saying I was saying Jasmine because she said the right way is the right way. It's case by case because right to me may not be right to them. Yeah, I understand, but at
Right.
the end of the day, Heather, if it ends up being your child, what are you gonna do? Because
Are you gonna start
because
loving them?
my mom didn't probably didn't think that I was gonna end up being a gay femboy. But hey, if she loved me, you know,
Yes.
And my mom asked me a million times, "Can you be the girly girl? Why you
my
gotta be the
daddy
boy?"
asked me that all
I
the
mean,
time. My daddy
I don't
asked me
know,
all
cause
the
first of all, I
time.
don't know how to
He was
dance.
like, my daddy be like, he was like, it's one thing to be gay, but damn, why you gotta be the girl? I want you to go fishing with
Yeah.
me.
Well, y'all know my mama. She love me to death. Like she deals with it. She loves me. She loves CeeLo.
Yeah, I
But she
love her
done
to
told
death.
me if I think I'm gonna get another girl after CeeLo, I might as well go somewhere with
And it
The
was
public
because
tough.
has,
I know it was
hey,
tough.
y'all
It was
hear it?
tough for you too. I do know that.
it was very
Tough.
tough
I was
for
with
me.
Shima
It
a,
was
a
very
year and a
tough.
half, almost 2 years before I even met her
Yeah,
mom.
it was tough. We know because
Yeah, it was
It
I
was
tough.
know I
tough.
know about Shima. It was tough, but
Kids, how knew about me? Y'all staying in my business.
but you remember
Mind your business.
we're not gonna say any names, but you don't remember me and you was about to fight in school.
I almost fought some of everybody. I was crazy. I'm still crazy. I was about to fight some of everybody, y'all. Like when I first came out, I was really battling that
Used
joint
to say
because
her
I'm
daddy
like,
name.
oh my God, y'all, like I'm supposed to like boys. I know I'm supposed to like boys. I know I'm supposed to have a boyfriend. But dang, like, oh my God, like I just can't help
Oh
it.
my
It was
God,
just
your mom is
like,
here! Hi,
I
Miss
know. She's my soul. I love
Did I
you,
curse
mommy.
y'all? Did I say something
Oh,
else?
you guys. But yeah, We all good now. I love my
Yeah,
mommy.
everything is
Yeah.
good. Everything. I mean, because it was tough for me too. But one thing about me,
I feel like it'll be hard for any parent, honestly, because no, it'll be hard for me. Let me just go ahead and be honest. It'll
That's
be
a
hard for
parent
me.
finding out their
Like,
kid having sex for the first time.
yeah,
That's
like
hard.
that's not easy for
Yeah.
anybody. But from my own personal experience, all I can say is parents love your
yeah,
child because in that moment, kids already be feeling alone, especially like feeling different. Like kids already be feeling like an outcast anyway. So to not be getting that love from home and then you got to go outside of home and you
Mhm.
still out there
It
not
hits
getting it,
different.
yes,
it really just
yes.
takes
And
a
let me
toll
tell
on
you
you. So
something
parents,
about
love
coming
on your
out. For
kids.
anybody who's going through something about coming out or having children that consider coming out, what they need the most is love. Just love them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Love them. You like I said, you don't. I'm not
Mm,
shoving it in nobody's face. I'm not making anybody. You don't have to have it all around up and through your house. Sometimes me and my
right.
mom, it's still hard for me to have conversations about it with my
Mm-hmm.
mom. But my mom loved her. I will bring anything if I have to bring it to her. I would. But just respect them, love them,
Because
be patient with them. They need
a
you the
lot of
most at
time,
that
right.
time. They need you the most.
Yeah,
Because a
depression
lot of
set in.
times
Yeah.
people be thinking that people turn gay because of something from the outside that done
Yeah,
happened or somebody done broke their heart or something like that. But a lot of times people they don't be feeling like they're loved at home. They don't be
yeah,
feeling like they start looking for love in the wrong places.
yes,
Like people don't only turn gay because they done got raped or because somebody done like those
yeah.
aren't the only reason or because like stop making up y'all own excuses of why people
Yeah,
are
or
gay
people. I
because
mean, because it happens. Let me tell you something.
it
I
does. It really
tried
does.
so hard to fight it, but it was just nothing I could do. It was just nothing I could do.
I swear I had 10 pretend boyfriends, and I thought all of them were crazy because y'all really want to sit here and pretend with
Girl,
me, but
you
it's
had the
okay.
good
Thank you
boyfriends,
very much.
hush. You had the best boyfriend. So, but I'm
mm,
glad that you actually living in your truth, Kashima, because I've been doing that about you
yeah.
for a long time. And
Yes.
I'm glad that you're living in your truth. We were very young and doing this stuff, and now we're older, and now we can spread some positive light on people who considering coming
Right.
out because it's not the easiest thing. It's not, but I feel like at the
It's
time
not.
we are now, it's more acceptable now. People are more welcoming to it. It's not nothing out of
It's
norm.
normalized a little
Yeah.
bit more.
So I think
And I just feel like I mean, just because y'all feel like it's a choice or a phase that somebody is going through, like just let them figure that out on their own. Like y'all don't have to make that decision for them. Yeah, some people, be out of the blue sometimes or want to mess with a girl just because they feel like it, but that's their choice. Like if it's a phase, whether it's a choice,
oh, we
just let
love
them
you,
be.
Jerome. Shout out to you too because we see you out here. I love you too. So this was amazing, guys. And while
It was. I
while
love
we're
this.
at it, I want you to talk about your business. You guys do have a catering business that everybody should know about. Go ahead and
Oh,
promote because
soulfully satisfying.
yes, yes. And I
We
told
love
y'all to have
y'all.
seafood so I could get some.
Yes, y'all. We be trying to get some of everything, but I promise, just bear with us. We taking it step by step. We ain't trying to get out there too fast. We ain't trying to, do too much. We just trying to do what really works best for us. Bae still working a part-time job. I still be doing my own little thing or whatever. So it's really a process. It's not something that we're trying to rush out into or nothing like that. We really just trying to build our foundation, build our clientele and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
really
Well,
just
you're doing absolutely well. It looks good to me. The food is so
Thank you.
well
Thank you.
presented. Now I have to taste. I'm gonna be a critique when I taste now.
please, baby. We love the truth. If it ain't honest
Yeah.
feedback, I don't want it. I want you to tell me if it's
But
nasty. I want you to
girl,
tell me
you
if it
had
ain't got no
made some.
taste.
I think you made some lasagna the other day. Y'all made some lasagna.
Mhm.
Woo! It looks so good. I'm gonna have to check y'all out. But everybody, make sure y'all guys check her out. It's so fully satisfying. They are really good, clean people. I know they are, and I've heard great
Yes,
reviews about
thank
them.
you.
So check them out. But I want to thank you guys
Thank
for
you,
having this
babe.
interview with me. It was so lovely. We got to do
This
this
was
again
everything.
sometime.
I loved it too.
Anytime.
I love
Anytime.
you guys and
Thank
congrats on
you.
everything.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You
Bye
Goodbye.
too.
bye.